So you have quite a bit of experience, first of all, starting a company yourself, but also I saw, maybe you can correct me, but you have quite a bit of knowledge of just in general the startup experience of building companies. You've interacted with people. If is there advice that you can give to somebody, to a founder, co-founder who wants to launch and grow a new company and do something big and impactful in this world?
Yes. I would say, like I mentioned earlier, but make sure the vision is something that, will get you out of bed in the morning and and that you can rally other people around you to achieve. Because I see a lot of folks that sort of cared about something or saw a window of opportunity to do something. And, startups are hard and more often than not, just being opportunistic isn't going to be enough to make it through all the really crappy things that are going to happen.
So the vision just helps you psychologically to carry through the hardships. So you and the team.
Yeah, you and the team. Yeah, exactly. To kind of younger people interested in getting into entrepreneurship, I would say, stay as close to like first principles and fundamentals as you can for as long as you can, because really understanding the problems, if it's something scientific or hardware related, or even if it's not, but having a deep understanding of the problem and the customers and what people care about and how to move something forward is more important than taking all of the entrepreneurship classes in undergrad.
So being able to think deeply, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, have you been surprised about how much like pivoting is involved? Like basically rethinking what you thought initially would be the right direction to go? Or is there, if you think deeply enough, that you can stick in the same direction for long enough?
So our guiding star hasn't changed at all. So that's been pretty consistent. But within that, we flip-flop on so many things all the time. And, to give you one example, it's, do you stop and build a first product that's well suited to maybe a smaller, less exciting segment of the market? Or do you stay head down and focus on, the big swing and trying to hit it out of the park right away? And we've flip-flopped between that. And there's not a blanket answer, and there are a lot of factors, but that's a hard one. And I think one other piece for the aspiring founder, spending a lot of time and effort on the culture and people piece is so important and is always an afterthought, and something that I haven't really seen like the founders or executives at companies purposefully carve out time and acknowledge that, yes, this is going to take a lot of my time and resources. And then, but you see them after the fact trying to repair the, bro culture or whatever else is broken at the company. And I think that it's starting to change, but just to be aware of it from the beginning is important.
Right. I guess it should be part of the vision of what kind of place you want to create. What kind of like human beings.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't wait 5-10 years and then just slap an HR person onto trying to fix it. Like it has to be thoughtful from the beginning.
Yeah. Don't get me started on HR people. Don't leave HR to HR people, but I'll just leave it at that. You didn't say that. I said it. Okay. Actual HR is really important. Is so important.
But so
culture is so important. Yeah.
And then I also was surprised. Like I thought you could say, here will be our culture and our values, and that it was kind of distinct from who I and my co-founder were as people. And I was like, no, that's not how that works. Yeah. We just kind of like ooze out our behaviors, and then the company grows around that. So you have to do a lot of like introspection and self-work to not end up with a shitty culture.
It's kind of it's a relationship, but as opposed to a relationship with two people, it's a relationship with many people.
Yeah.
And you communicate so much indirectly by who you are. You have to be You have to live it. Yeah. As somebody, I think about this a lot because generally I'm full of love and all those kinds of things. But like I also get like really passionate, and when I see somebody in the context of work, especially when I see somebody who I know can do a much better job and they don't do a great job, I can lose my shit in a
Yeah.
way that's like Steve Jobsian. And you have to think about exactly the right way to lose your shit if you're going to, or if at
Yeah.
all. You have to really think through that because it sends a big signal. Sometimes that's okay. Like if you do it deliberately, like if you're going to do it deliberately, if you're going to say like, I'm going to be the kind of person that allows this and pays the cost of it, but you can't just think it's not going to have a cost.
Yes, this was like the first thing I worked on with my leadership coach was to how not to just snap at people when
Yeah.
they were being an idiot.
Yeah.
And first, I got really good at apologizing. That was the first step because it was going to take longer to fix
That's
the
brilliant.
behavior. And
Yeah.
then I'm actually a lot better at it now. And it started with things. She's like, every time you walk through a doorway, think, calm and take breaths before responding. And there were all sorts of these little
Yeah, little
things we
hacks.
did. And
Yeah.
it was mostly just changing the habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's a long road. Okay.
Yeah.